Hello, this is Manira Gandhi, and I'm about to present GaBur Inc. connectivity issue and our approach. GaBur Inc. has multiple enterprise to solution store connections that are used for exchange of information, and this is very critical for customers' business. Currently, they are facing connection timeouts due to firewall rules or not or firewall rules are not configured according to the playbook for accepting traffic. There is an automated connectivity script that runs on a daily basis to check all the connections, whether they are successful or unsuccessful. With the number of stores that the customer has, it is becoming tedious and challenging for the team to ensure the connectivity issues and proactively help understand what the problems are. Our solution approach is going to be using the log files that are generated by the connectivity script. We will use that as our input data set and use Google's Dataprep to prepare the data for machine learning, cleansing, feature engineering, etc. Use multiple approach to find out what the best algorithm is based on the confusion matrix, based on the use case, looking at classifiers and time series to understand the predictions. So using multiple approach and algorithms, we will find the best suited machine learning models. And then deploy this algorithm to predict failures and ensure that the project team can proactively monitor the connections. To do that, in this particular video, I would be sharing the Google Dataprep and how we will go ahead and cleanse the data. The next videos would talk a little bit about different approach for machine learning models. So you can, as you see, Google Dataprep is meant for intelligent data preparation. You can see the documentation here, and I'm going to go to the console and share my project that I've created. So it's asking for the project which I had already created on the Google Cloud platform, and that's called the log analysis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check in the library. These are definitely some sample data set that Dataprep has provided. What I'm going to do is I'm going to import data, and I'm going to drop the GaBur log data file. This log data as mentioned, and if you see the preview here, it's a data set that's coming from that connectivity script. So I'm going to say import, and you can say import and wrangle, but I'm going to start with import and then build a recipe later on. So once we have imported the file, and you can preview the file here, so you can look at the different data set. There's date, the source name, source IP, destination name, destination IP, protocol, and results. The results is the label of our prediction, which is listening, not listening, success. So what we are trying to predict is for a particular date and for a particular source to target or source to destination IP, is our result going to be successful listening or not listening? So that's what we are trying to build in our prediction model. But as we see, the date is not in the format that we need. There is in the protocol column, which is one of our key columns. So we're going to use that as our one-hot encoding and kind of differentiate between the different protocols that we have between TCP, ICMP, and UDPs and things like that. The other thing we're going to do is the port, for example. As we look at the port, there is numerical values and then there's string values. So we're going to convert that to be more appropriate in the numerical format. So we're going to start with our flows. And we're going to create a flow, name it as log flow. Log data flow. And we're going to add our data set, which is our GaBur log data. Once we have that, we're gonna add some steps. So we're gonna add new recipe. We're gonna edit recipe. So first of all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the type. It's still data type, but make it in the format that I want. I do want let's just stick to HHMM for now. So that would be our first step. Then what we're going to do is we're going to convert this port and change it to integer. So as we see, there are some reds which are mismatched values. We're going to rename those mismatch values to, I would say, if the port has strings, we're going to mismatch values to 11. And so all the mismatch values are going to be integer of type 11. This is, okay, so we have done change date type. This is what our recipe looks like. It is going to change the date type. It's going to change the port type to integer, and it's going to set port where it's mismatched to integer of 11. And then I'm going to add a hot encoding here. So let me see. See how it's going to do. Okay, we're going to do one hot encoding, and we're going to add that one hot encoding to the column protocol. So what it has done is it has created 3 columns here: ICMP, TCP, and UDP. And as you see, it has marked it 0, 1, 0 depending on what the value is. So this is our recipe now with few changes here. So we're going to run the job. Auto select. So I'm going to auto select all this. So it's going to create a CSV in my project in the regional endpoint. And that's what our output file would look like in a minute, since it's in progress. I'm gonna stop recording or pause. So as you see, the file has been completed, the run job has completed, and the output is in a Google storage bucket here in the GaBur log data.csv format in the data prep staging area. So I'm going to go to my Google console. This is my log analysis project. I'm going to look into the storage, and if I look, there's a bucket created, data prep bucket created, staging bucket. If I look under that, there is the job run, and the job run has the CSV, and the CSV file is here. So I can download that file, and my recipe is run and created. So I've already, for the sake of the video, I've already saved the file, downloaded the file, and here's my CSV file. And as you see, the TCP IP, the protocol that were UDMP or UCMP, the strings are converted to 11. The one hot encoded labels are converted for the protocol column, and the file is ready for us to use. So thank you for watching, and the file is ready and we can go do next steps around machine learning. Thank you so much, and hopefully see the next videos around different machine learning options.